tell us about your harvest today, Terry.
Now, my garlic I thought was doing really well. Then I pulled a few. They've still got a little green on them, so I guess they were technically still growing, but that's about as big as the biggest one got. And I got some little ones here, which they're not particularly useful. So I left a whole bunch in there, and we'll see if they grow. I'll just let them get completely brown before I pick them and see if the bulbs grow any bigger, but I'm skeptical.
Yeah, because I don't think anything eats garlic bulbs.
Nothing eats them though.
Wow, now this tomato patch looks pretty high tech. What do we got, some poles here?
One of these over here ominously eats. The leaves pretty high up are eaten.
Uh-oh.
It's not a groundhog trotting around outside. I don't know how the groundhog could have gotten in. And if he got in, why he would just eat one plant. I don't see anything other than a pretty big jackrabbit getting up that high, so I don't. It's not a good sign. We'll sprinkle a little bone meal or blood meal around. So it should keep the animals at bay.
All right, is that tin foil on your plants?
That's tin foil, yeah, so that the rabbits don't eat the bottom stems. It also prevent cutworms from getting at them. It's wrapped loosely so as the stems grow. We'll just push off the tin foil.
Now, how come only some of these tomatoes have strings to climb up?
Well, I've attached the strings to the ones that started drooping.
Okay.
So these other ones, you know, they're still supporting themselves. I put, you know, it's a lot of work to put 200 strings up, so I just do them as the tomatoes grow a little bit at a time.
Okay. Yeah, so how many plants do you think you have, tomato plants, do you think you have in here overall?
There's about 200 or so.
And how many different varieties of heirlooms?
25 different varieties.
All right, are there any that have set fruit yet?
Well, there's a bunch of them that have set fruit
Oh, look at this.
all over the place.
How can you tell which varieties are which?
I've got a chart, but every row is a different variety.
Okay.
And I've got a chart back in the garage
What do you use the pull ladder for?
for climbing up and attaching these strainers.
Ah. Oh yeah, we can see they're up over your head.
Yeah, so that's tight. It's not under too much tension. You can see how, if you go over there, you can see how far the poles are bending. So these are pretty stiff 1-inch EMT poles, but yet they're bending pretty far and they're not too much strain. So we'll see whether that holds these tomatoes once they get a lot of fruit. I may have to put more.
Oh, it looks like you have some lettuce in here.
Yeah, I don't think this lettuce is going to grow anymore with this kind of heat, unless we get a unexpected thunderstorm.
All right, so let's see. We've seen parsnips, garlic, tomatoes, lettuce. Anything else of note?
I've got all through this whole section here. I've
some
got
red
squash
lettuce.
and melons. You can see over here all the different.
Watch so I don't step on anything.
All over here, I've got a whole big patch of squash. This is all yellow squash.
Oh, yeah, I see
Growing,
them.
you know, slowly. It's not weeded, but I suspect the weeds are helping to keep the squash bugs at bay. So we'll see. They're flowering.
So that's your strategy.
Well, it's my lazy strategy.
Okay.
And then over here in this more grassy patch, I've got all sorts of squashes growing. So the grass is at the peak of its growth here. So at this point, the grass should subside and allow the squash to start growing. And as the squash grows, it'll shade out the rest of the grass. That's the theory, at least.
Okay.
Needs to get enough water to do that, of course.
All right. Well, thanks for taking the time to show us your garden, Farmer Terry.